energy. Depression is a bitch that won't stop texting me.
Hi everybody, welcome back. So today we are finally going to be doing a worst of Shopmissa because I finally have found enough that warrants a video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. These are things, it's harder to find misses on Shopmissa, like I told you guys before, than it is hits. I mean, Shopmissa is full of hits. And the misses can and tend to be hidden away on the website a lot. But they're worth noting, especially because some of them lie right there with the popular ones, like they're trying to sell them and get them, you know, the stock gone, and don't do it. So let's go ahead and jump into this and see what I really just have not been caring for. And I mean, to make the nose in the bottom line here, some of these may be for you, you know, maybe I'm not doing it right, or it's just not right for my skin tone, or anything of the above. Okay, so these products, none of them I have found dangerous, so they can be something that you can still purchase. Just because they're bad for me doesn't mean they're going to be bad for you. I will let you know though if I ever do come across products that I feel is unsafe for anyone to use. I will, of course, let you guys know that, because that's very important. So let's start off with the makeup. Why not? The first things here are all from BR, which I believe is Be Rich. It's from a different company though. They kind of all tie in together. I've noticed that. All of the cheaper companies kind of are all from the same brand. I got these because there was a 9-pan shadow here, which was definitely my color. Doesn't have a name, but it had colors that I was like, that's something I want to work with. So I grabbed that, and then I also grabbed this just to see how good it was, because it carried so many different shadows, and there were a lot within these that I really did like, and they swatched good. So I was like, I really want this too. Think it's gonna be a hit. And then the blush palette here, we may have talked about this before. This is horrid, and that's hard for me. Blush horror. It's hard for me to say that any blush is bad, because usually I can work with the worst of formulas when it comes to blush, and I can still make it work. This I cannot. If it doesn't just blend away, poof, off of your face the second you put it on, it's blotchy, fades, it leaves just glitter. I mean, there's a whole bunch. None of these colors actually present on your face and stay in a very melted fashion. So I could not use this. So this was a big no for me. This was a big no for me because while it swatched great, it performed horribly. It was patchy. It was probably one of the most patchy formulas I've ever worked with, along with this same palette. These two palettes, this one blended away more, just like the blush one, but this one was blotchy and just straight up messed your makeup up. At least you could go over these with ones that perform a little bit better and fix the problem. This one is a total wipe your face off, start all over. And no one wants to do that. So these were not great at all. I think all three of these were not great. And they take up a lot of room as well. So there's no room in my little trailer corner for products anymore. I really need the good ones. Now the next thing I've been trying out, and I have noticed a slight difference. So I spoke about this very positively at first, but then I started noticing other things. This is the AOA Stretch Mark Body Oil. You guys know that I love the Relax one with the lavender. I use that in so many different ways. I'm going to have to repurchase it soon, and I did get them all in the big bottle. You can get a smaller bottle. I don't think it's worth it. And then you get a whole dropper. If you use all this, wash it off, you have another thing with a dropper on it, since their skincare droppers are sold out forever now. But the Stretch Mark is non-toxic, vegan, and paraben free, along with like all of them are like that. They're part of the Paw Paw charity. I was using this on my breasts because I do have like slight stretch marks on my breast, and it turned the redder ones white, which I liked. But then I started noticing that it was actually giving me these weird little blackheads on my stretch marks that were like little hair filaments. Never had those before until I started using this. So I think that it clogs any kind of pore that's been stretched by the stretch mark. And it does something weird, and I don't like that. So I wanted to make a note of that to you guys. There are different ones that you can get on Amazon that are so much better. And they're not an oil, so they won't clog your pores. The next thing from Spascriptions, this isn't something that I normally dislike. I like a lot of their products. This is one of those drying lotions. However, this is supposed to settle. The calamine within it is supposed to settle to the bottom. It's supposed to be a clear liquid at the top. You dip in a Q-tip into the sediment, pull it out, and then you use it as a drying lotion. This is mixed completely at all times, does not dry down, and makes a mess. Makes a mess. I even like the Global Beauty one over this, and you know I've told you, be careful of Global Beauty, because 9 out of 10 times, they are dangerous. Their products are dangerous. But I even like their drying lotion over this one. So this is just junk. I'm going to toss it away. And then I liked this until they came out with other things, and I don't see the point of it. This is from AOA. It is their metal like rose gold eye massager. But since they came out with the crystal quartz kind of ones, I've had no need for this, and I have found that it's actually too small and a little abrasive to use. It like feels like it's jabbing you in your bones and stuff. Well, the other one is rounded and bigger, and it feels like it's getting the whole area and pushing all the puffiness out. This feels like it's just jabbing you in the eye. So this is something that I've decided that I don't need and don't really care for, since they've launched other products that are better. Then we have these. The first one here, this is the LA Colors Liquid Makeup. I got this first one in Buff. It was way too dark, you can tell. And then I went ahead and picked up another one to give it a real go. This one's more my skin tone. This one is in Fair, but it's still too dark. First of all, the color range in this is horrid. If you are medium skin toned and up, you'll find something that'll work for you in that range. But only up to a certain point. It's more for medium to like dark medium skin tones with these. And they oxidize. So you better hope you're an Oompa Loompa. And I don't know anyone that's an Oompa Loompa unless you eat a lot of carrots. So I don't think anyone would like this. On top of that though, this does not sink into your skin. It just stays on top, almost like an SPF that just sits and does not move. This looks bad. It accentuates pores. It moves around on your face. It bunches the dry spots. You don't want it in your life. And not to mention, on the website, it's $1.55 for each one of these. Not just $1. No. And then we have this from LA Colors, their brow pencil that comes with the own little hair thing. This thing will rip your brow hairs out. It's hard as a rock, first off. Then the pencil itself is very, very dry. Very, very dry to where you're ripping hairs out. And it's not the right color. It's in chestnut, but I would call it more of a taupe gray. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. So don't grab that if you see it on the website. And then lastly, I don't want to say that these are bad, but I just could not find any of them in any of the palettes that I could work with. This is from Princessa, and these are their bronzer quads. You guys know I love their blush quads, although I will be passing along the darker skin toned one because I just won't use those. But I get everything so I can show you guys every part of the range. This is the first one here. And they're all shimmer. There's no mattes in here. So it's really hard for me to use a shimmer bronzer to begin with. And then you have this. This is the one thought I could use the most, like a little highlight here. and you know, I could use at least these two. But the formula is just not good. And even though this looks like a deeper brown versus the red of these, it still has that red undertone. And red undertoned bronzers do not go well on my face. It just makes it look like I've done nothing but rub blush streakily all over my face. So I don't care for these. Well, they may be for other people though, but for me they were a big old fat no. And then lastly, what I brought everything in. The small crates, not the medium crates, not the large crates. These small crates, they are great, but I have broken 5 of these just trying to put them together. And the small ones are the only ones that do that to me. While they come in the most colors, they are more eye-catching and they hold a lot of personal things in your room. Be careful at least if you buy these, but I would highly recommend getting a medium or large one over the small ones because they just break so easily. And they're the hardest ones to put together, which makes you break them. So that's just another little tidbit for you guys. But that is everything so far that I have found that I'm not caring for from Shopmissa. I will leave everything linked down below if you did find something that you think may work for you. Because, you know, all makeup works different for everybody. So I'll leave that all linked down below for you along with my details. Thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure to give this a thumbs up if you want to see more of the worst of Shopmissa. Subscribe if you haven't. And I, of course, will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.